I've got pink eye, conjunctivitis according to the doctor, but it's incredibly uncomfortable. I've not slept for 2 days and I'm bad enough. But welcome back to the Eye Doctor UK podcast, episode 41. 41. Amazing. I've not planned anything to talk about today, but I've got a lot of exciting things coming up. I've got a podcast that we're going to record, is it tomorrow? No, in a couple of days for Marketplace Monitor, as I promised. So the owner of that is coming up, and we're going to go next door in the bar, and we're going to record a nice podcast to tell you more about that. I updated my phone to 18.2 last night, which is probably a bit late because it's just on the normal release, and I normally update them a bit earlier on the beta, but I just didn't get around to it. And I've not played around with Apple Intelligence, but I was looking at the features of it this morning. It looks like it's more integrated with ChatGPT rather than Apple Intelligence being its own standalone AI, which I was surprised about. So I think next week's episode, or the next episode that I talk about on my own, I will have explored the features of it and I will talk about that more in depth. I'm under the weather today, in all honesty, and I don't really feel like doing a podcast, but I'm soldiering on and I'm going to do 10 minutes because I've got another doctor's appointment to try and get some antibiotics for this. What was that? Tractor. John Deere. And I don't have much exciting news going on this week. Obviously, it's Christmas coming up. This is our Christmas tree this year. I can't... covered in snow now. Last year, for the last few years, we've had a nice Christmas tree, but I can't seem to find it. I don't know if it got broken last year and then we chucked it in the bin or something. But we always used to put the tree up and hang loads of broken scrap phones on it and then put loads of phone boxes underneath. But this year, it's been a bit pathetic, really. I'm just looking in that window there. We've got lights around and stuff off Christmas Day, but really quite a poor show. eBay's been good still. I found that this is an interesting one actually and probably worth talking about. What I've been doing, this snow is horrible. What I've been doing on eBay is literally taking in phones from customers, paying like, let's say there's a 14 Pro Max. I bought that a couple of weeks ago for £200. It's a grade C chassis, the back's A, and the front screen is D. D for, not penis, damaged. The screen was battered on it. You can go and have a look on my eBay. Right, I paid 200 quid for it, which is a fair price. Obviously, it costs us a bit of money to get it repaired. I would put a new battery in it, so it costs us a bit of time. 14 Pro Max screen with flex is impossible to get hold of a genuine at the moment. I don't know why. They're more like rocking horse poop. So they're very difficult to get hold of. And so I just thought, you know what, I'm going to try my luck. I'm going to stick it on eBay and I'm going to just list it on an auction for what I've paid for it. Now, when I buy a phone to flip, let's say, I aim to make about £70 profit on that one. 70 to, if I can make more, obviously that's always nice, but usually it's about 70 quid margin on buying and selling a phone, which is all right. Don't get me wrong, it's even better if it's one what's been brought into the shop because obviously there's no travel going and picking it up and stuff. I've been doing that. Like I've been doing that without actually having to do anything with the phone. So somebody else buys it off us and fixes it. And I'm like, what's the point in even selling phones? What's the point in even fixing them if I can just buy them broken, sell them broken, and just be an in-between guy because other people don't want to put them on eBay. So that's what I've been on with this week, and I think there's about 4 or 5 listings. The only problem that I have had, weirdly, is I'm not sure if it's people who have made... Hang on, I'm itching and I'm knocking mic about, so I might sound a bit rustly. The only problem what I have had on eBay, and this has happened maybe 2 times out of 10, maybe 3 times out of 10 actually, where somebody buys something on an auction. This is only happening on phones as well, which is annoying. Phones and iPads. And then, I don't know if it's just malice in wanting to outbid somebody. They're winning the auction and then cancelling it straight away. And like eBay doesn't really give you much option in terms of like, if somebody requests to cancel, then you've got to honour that cancellation request. There's not much you can do. Some other little pig, they won an auction for an iPhone 12 mini, what were in broken condition, and then they're like, oh yeah, this were the end of November, oh I'm not going to pay you until the 10th, and there's literally nothing you can do about it. I mean, I could cancel the order, but they're just like, there's nothing that I can do about it. So eBay's not ideal in that sense, but in the real world as well, if that was happening and somebody came into the shop and they're like, oh yeah, I want that, I'll come and buy it next week, this is how much I'm going to pay for it, and then they never show up, then it's exactly the same sort of thing, isn't it? So sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but I have done well out of eBay, sold loads of toys. But yeah, eBay has been great, and I've started very slowly buying more stuff to sell. I'm just sort of dipping my toe in it, just being cautious, I think, is probably the word, because it's very easy to go out and spunk loads of money on stuff, try and sell it, and be stuck with a load of stuff that you've spent loads of money on. But I'm just being cautious. Might be getting into the world of second-hand toys rather than second-hand phones, but we'll see about that. What else have we got going on this week, Alex? Is there anything exciting? Oh yeah. It's my wedding anniversary today when we're recording it. I'm filming this on the 5th, which is the day that I got married 8 years ago, which is nice. Obviously, I love my wife very much. This whole podcast is dedicated to you, Joe, even though I know that you never ever watch any of my videos. I could say anything that I want about you, and you're never going to know what I said. But I'm not. I do want to kill you all the time, and I would. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. But yeah, 8 years of happy marriage. It does make you think, like, this is what I was thinking about this morning, is like over time, when you put work into something, obviously we're 5 years of this business running, and it's interesting to see what can develop when you've put work into something and you've allowed time. Then nice things happen, because me and my wife, we do have our ups and downs, don't get me wrong, like any relationship, but we have a very strong relationship, and we both love each other dearly, which is which is nice. And it's the same with, like, the way that I was thinking about it was like with eye doctor. I've put a lot of work into that. We've had a lot of ups and downs at eye doctor, but generally work plus time equals something good. So taking that into other aspects of life and other aspects of business as well is definitely something. There's definitely something to think about, although I can't quite put it into words, because I can't articulate anything today because I've got pink eye. The post is going to be here any minute now, and like I said, I've got an appointment as well. So I think I'm going to wrap it up today. I apologise that it's not the most exciting podcast episode I've ever done, but I do have a couple of very good ones coming up, including the Christmas message from Eye Doctor. Look out for that. I'm going to release it on Christmas Day. I think about 12 o'clock Christmas Day. It's just this. I don't want to get your hopes up, though. I'm going to do something insane. But it's just a little podcast talk thing. Anyway, have a great week, and I will see you next week with something more exciting and less pink eye.